This is Cerastium tomentosum, snow in summer. It's a popular perennial ground cover, and it flowers during early summer and into mid to late summer, depending on your climate. And it's known for its foliage, really, to me, as much as it is for its flowers. Certainly, the flowers are beautiful, but also if you want a nice ground cover with a contrasting effect, as you see here, where as you're going to see it again in a minute, where it's draped over a wall or combined with other green foliages like you see there, can be very striking. I like the way this designer used it to drape over a wall. I'd never seen it drape quite so much. I'm in California. This is in Vancouver, British Columbia, that you're seeing here in a park. And this is taken in October. Um, the flowers here are obviously in early summer. So this is a perennial ground cover. It gets, I don't know, 4 to 8 inches thick. Most of the time I see it, it's 4 or 5 inches thick or deep, and it will spread quite well. It tends to be kind of ratty in the winter. It can get kind of a mat underneath it that's a little thatchy or dead, and so these do benefit from a good shearing after they've bloomed, and then to promote new growth, but also after a winter you're going to get a lot of strong pushback of new growth as soon as spring comes around and there's enough warmth to stimulate that. One of the downsides to this is it can be shorter lived, so I don't like using it in big areas. Here they've used it, this is probably a 10 or 12 foot stretch by 3 to 5 feet wide, and I use it in a more confined area when I use it at all. This is in the Northwest, and the book says that it can actually it can get out of control a little bit in the Northwest, so I'm guessing that its weather pattern and the warm moisture during the summer is a nice combo that it really enjoys. Being in California, it's much drier and really needs decent irrigation for it to be happy. One of the reasons I haven't used it a lot is when I first used it, it was shorter lived, and it made me I have a problem with shorter lived plants in general as design elements, because most people come back around and don't want to replace it or do what's necessary to deal with the loss of the plant. So I like a longer lived plant myself, but it still can be quite striking, and what I would say is use it in limited amounts in the right setting. Here you see it used in a rock garden in Santa Barbara, and I really like the way that looked and how it molded itself around the rocks. So I'd say in smaller plantings in rock gardens is a nice way to use this. And again, as you can see, it will drape over to some degree over walls. So that's what I can tell you. Full sun, by the way. This prefers full sun to do its best. And even in hot areas, this is hardy down to minus 30 degrees Fahrenheit, by the way. So very hardy little perennial. And again, the foliage and the foliage color for me is the real show, but the low white flowers in early summer are certainly nice as well. That's what I can tell you about Cerastium tomentosum, snow in summer. Oh, also, this likes well-drained soil, and that will help with longevity. So well-drained soil is preferred, and if you've got heavier soil, if you're on a bit of a slope, that's going to help out. Enjoy.